Welcome back to my channel. It's MsTiffDance here. In today's video, I'm talking to you about things you should and you should not say to a person who is grieving, experiencing loss, and my advice on how to help. I had a personal experience of loss recently, and I know that people have a tendency to say the wrong things. I shared something that I said to a very close person, and I will share that at the end of this video, so watch till the end. When someone is experiencing loss, especially someone that's close to you or somebody that you know, that you care about, the human feeling is to want to comfort them and to make their pain go away, cheer them up, or say something special that resonates with them that's going to make them feel better. The reality is you cannot heal someone in pain by trying to take it away from them. You have to let them go through that pain in order to heal. So a lot of people have good intentions when they want to help someone through pain, but it's just something that someone who is grieving has to experience. I know sometimes people struggle with the words to say and can't think of what to say. So they may say the wrong thing that might not go over well with the person who is suffering the loss. Some things that are not helpful are be strong. Death is a natural part of life. In life, we lose people. It is human to have emotion, and that is one of the times for them to show their emotion. So telling someone to be strong is making them feel like they should not. Instead, they have to present themselves in a certain way that they're not feeling inside. You're not giving them an opportunity to express their true self. So we don't want to tell someone to be strong. Telling someone, I know exactly how you feel. You don't know how they feel. You don't know how it is. You don't know how one person may take it. So therefore, you can't say, I know how you feel, because everybody takes things differently. Everybody feels differently. People can empathize, they can relate, but they don't know how you feel. I do have a book that helps with transformation, has helped many through grief and loss. It's called Diamond Cut the Pain, How to Shine Like a Diamond. Please check that out in my description. You can order that today on my website. They're in a better place. No one really wants to hear that, even though it may be true, but hearing it is not helping, because the place where that person who is grieving wants them to be is with them. They want to be able to talk to them. Telling someone that they're in a better place does not feel like it's better to the person that lost them. This is God's plan. Saying this is God's plan is something that's been said for years and years. Some people may come back and say, well, why would God want certain things to happen to me or to that person? Why would he want bad things to happen to someone they love? They can throw that back at you if you decide to tell them that. So you don't want to talk about what God's plan is, because they had planned to be with that person for years and years to come. Saying about what God's plan was is not helping, because it wasn't in their plans to get taken so suddenly or to experience the pain that they're feeling. God needed them more. Someone can receive that as, how do you know how much I needed them? How do you know that I didn't need them more? How can you say that to me? That is telling them that you didn't need them that bad. It sounds harsh receiving that. That's not what they want to hear. They needed them too. And you don't know how much they need them. And even more than ever, now that they're gone and they realize that they're not going to be able to talk to them anymore, touch them, laugh with them, really hurts. So when someone passes away, it makes you feel like you need them more than ever right now. That's not a helpful thing to say to someone who is grieving. Anything starting with the words at least. We don't want to say at least they lived to be such and such ages. At least they had insurance. You don't want to say that, because you're minimalizing the fact that they're gone and trying to think of the good thing about it. But at the time, there's nothing good about when you're hurting, when you're in shock, when you're finding out that someone you love is gone. They don't want to have insurance. They want the person back. It doesn't matter about the insurance. So anything starting with the words at least would be minimalizing the person's feelings and downplaying the situation. They aren't suffering anymore. They're not suffering anymore, but the person who lost them is suffering. Them not suffering anymore does not make it better. The person who is grieving is now suffering because of their loss. So telling someone that at least they're not suffering anymore is not helping. they're out of their pain. No one wants to hear that or expects to hear that, because even though you may think that it helps, it really does not. Sharing your experiences of a loss to a person who lost someone in grieving is not helpful. Your loss is different from theirs. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if you both lost your mother. It could be two different ways that you lost your mother. It doesn't matter. You don't want to insert your own personal experiences to help them, because it's not the same shared pain. You also don't want to one-up them, that you know someone who lost someone in a more tragic way, in a worse way, in a more sudden way, or make it seem like this death was not as bad as the one they were experiencing or know of. That would hurt a person. So you want to not insert stories of things that you went through or you know somebody else went through. It was her time. It was his time. Some people don't think that it was their time. People who have lost a child think that their child was supposed to bury them instead of the parent burying the child. If it's a parent who lost a child, saying it was her time or his time is not helpful, because in their mind, they're saying, I'm not supposed to be in this situation. It wasn't their time. They were supposed to live for decades and decades and decades to come. And someone thinks that something happened in an accidental way, unforeseen circumstances that could have been avoided. People will start to gravitate toward thinking thoughts about, this could have been avoided, that could have been avoided if I would have just did this. No one knows when their time is. How can you tell somebody else when someone's time is? There's no perfect time to lose someone. And hearing that the time was now is not comforting to someone who is grieving and going through something. People have even gone as far to say, oh, they brought that upon themselves. It's their fault. Well, that's very hurtful to tell someone who is grieving, because they might start blaming themselves and just say, hey, if I would have done this or if I would have done that, then maybe they would have still been here. It makes it seem like the deceased person brought it upon themselves to die. And no one wants to hear that they were responsible for their own choices. Naturally, someone's going to think, well, maybe I could have helped them. It's not their fault. How could you say that they brought this upon themselves? They will take offense to it. That makes it seem like if they could have done things differently, then they would still be here. That's just adding on more hurt, stress, pain for the person who is experiencing grief. Here are some safer things to say to people. Number one, nothing. Sometimes people just want to be heard. Sometimes people just want to be listened to during this time. So saying nothing, or the less said, the best said, can possibly be the best thing to say to someone, especially if you don't know the right thing to say. I'm sorry for your loss. How can I help? Asking how you can help instead of just saying, I hope everything gets better. You'll get through this. Saying how I can help is offering what you could do. It's showing initiative, that if there's something that you can do, you're going to be able to do it. Saying, I'm here if you need me. I'm here for you. Letting people know that you are present, even though you don't know what they're going through, you don't know what to say. Anything sharing positivity, offering services, letting someone know that you're a phone call away is a safer thing to say. Text messages, the shorter, the better. Telling someone straight up, I don't know how you feel, but I'm here for you, is better than saying that you do know how they feel. People may be strong putting up a united front in front of everybody when people come over to the house to help and be there, take food, spend time, and at night they might be crying themselves to sleep. Even the strongest people need someone to comfort them. Even the strongest people may get weak. So you just want to be mindful of what you say. I'm going to share with you something that I said to a grieving person who is very close to me and very dear to me. Things are tough. I pray that God watches over you and lifts you up from your bootstrap, providing his most ultimate strength each day you open your eyes to the reality of your new life. It's going to be a fight to make it through each day, but you are a soldier built like Teflon, and my faith tells me you can and will do it. So that's not telling them to be strong. It's letting them know that they already are strong. which is a difference. It's letting them know that they have the faith that they will get through and that everything will be okay, without telling them God will see you through or you can get through this. And also, instead of saying be strong, I'll say mornings are tough, because the first thing you do is wake up in the morning to the reality of that person isn't here anymore. So telling someone that the mornings are tough is the way you can show them that you relate. It's the way that you can show them that you already know and you can feel and sense that pain in the morning that they're experiencing, because everything is so new. In the text, I said, if you believe in God, then you can let them know that I hope God lifts you up and helps you through getting through this trying time that you are facing right now. It's all about how you say things, and I took a lot of thought and I chose my words very carefully. Also, a side note, I know 2 people from personal experience who suffered major losses, sibling losses, around the time of their birthday. So, side note, telling someone, whether it be a day, month, 2 months, no one wants to hear happy birthday, because it is not happy. They're not going to be with the person that they usually are with. They're not going to do the same things. The loss is in the forefront of their mind, and that they are thinking of it as well. So you don't want to tell someone happy birthday. Acknowledge their birthday instead. I hope this video guides you on saying the right thing so you can help the person that you're intending to help, and it can be perceived well by that person. I suffered a loss and it was very hurtful. I'm a helper by nature, and I would like you guys to be able to be the helper that you want to be to a person that is in need, that you care about and love. So I hope you find this video very helpful. Just take your time and think about the things that you say. Just make sure you choose your words very wisely, because you have to keep in mind that that person is not just getting text messages from you, calls from you, they're getting them from other people. You don't want to be that 3rd or 4th person that pulls the trigger and irritates that person, where they're receiving text messages here, calls here from everybody, and you're the one that they can't take anymore. It's like, wow, that did it, you know, and they might go off. You just never know, because when people are grieving, you just don't know what to expect from them. And you don't want to be that person that is saying something with good intentions that is not being perceived well. I do offer one-on-one coaching. Please check the link in my description, and my email is listed there as well. I also offer group coaching sessions as well. I hope you guys find this video helpful. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like this video and share with a friend. See you in the next video.